Hello everyone, and welcome to Orange University. On tonight's episode, Cori-Steel Cutter. So, yeah, some guy figured it out. Cori-Steel Cutter is a good card. They can make it better. Put it into a Grixis, more so Dimir, with a splash of red Tempo deck. So instead of just making a Boros and try to overrun our opponent, or actually instead of making an Izzet and just try to overrun our opponent very quickly and potentially just die to a temporary lockdown, this deck is insane because it has the aggro start with the Cori-Steel Cutter, but it also has the sustainability on a Planeswalker, the Kaito Bane of Nightmare. So these two cards are currently going to tear up the metagame in almost any in standard obviously, but in almost any matchup. So the idea of this deck is that we're going to play Stormchaser's Talent, get Prowess on board, and start hitting our opponent with these Prowess Talent Otter. Then we can play a Cori-Steel Cutter and back that up with maybe another Stormchaser's Talent, maybe a Hopeless Nightmare to make him discard cards and lose life, or maybe just an Opt or a Sleight of Hand to draw a little bit of card. Once we do that, then we have big enough board that's already tempoing our opponent with a lot of damage. And if they have sort of a lockdown effect or anything that will get rid of all of our board, we slam a Kaito on them. If they don't have that to kill our whole board, we'll bounce, our Otter, bounce our Monk token, or we can just bounce a Floodpits Drowner, and we can slam the Kaito down with a ninjutsu anyways. And then that ninjutsu, we'll be able to get them, that ninjutsu in Kaito, I should say, we'll be able to get them slowly but surely, because Kaito ability is insane, right? We can pump our Kaito while he has hexproof, or we can draw cards. Surveil 2 and draw cards means we can fix our draws and get a card in our hand. Or we can tap down a creature so that our opponent has no blockers, and we will get over there and kill them very quickly. The great thing about Kaito in this deck is that now we have a heavy hitter. A lot of times with Cori-Steel Cutter, it's just about getting a wide board. This is able to get us a pretty tall board as well, and we can overrun our opponent that way. The rest of this deck, very standard Dimir combos with Stormchaser's Talent on Hopeless Nightmare, and this talent ain't big enough. And that can also get rid of cards in our opponent's hands and make sure that this Hopeless Nightmare deals damage and our opponent dies pretty quickly. So that's the whole idea. Let's talk about the deck list. So in the early game, we got 4 Opt, 4 Sleight of Hand to make sure that we get all the cards exactly in the card selection that we want, and we get to have that one pip card draw when we need it. But mostly, we're probably not going to play them in the early game if we can hold them onto our hand to combo with the Cori-Steel Cutter. But we do want to play on turn 1 are one of the 4 Stormchaser's Talent or one of the 4 Hopeless Nightmare. Now the trick is play Talent before you play Nightmare, because when you play Talent, when you can play Nightmare, not only do you make him discard a card and lose 2 life, you also trigger the Prowess, and then they will lose more life. Turn 2, we got Fear of Isolation, hopefully bouncing back a Talent or a Hopeless Nightmare and get continual value. We also have 4 Floodpits Drowner, which we can cast at flash speed to be able to help us get out of Kaito. So we cast Floodpits Drowner at the end of our opponent's turn 2, going into our turn 3, that's where we can Kaito them. That's the idea. We also have 4 Nowhere to Run for removal. In case our opponent has creatures, we can kill their creatures while they can't stop ours. We have 4 Cori-Steel Cutter. Obviously, not a turn 2 play. We want to combo Cori-Steel Cutter with one of the 1-drops on turn 3. Now, along with that, we also have 3 4-drop Kaito Bane of Nightmare that we're most likely get ninjutsu in for 3 mana. And then we have 4 Discounting big enough. Now for the land base, even though we're Tempo, we're a very aggressive deck. So we're gonna have 21 lands total, 2 island, 4 Darkslick Shores, 1 Gloomlake Verge, 3 Underground River, 3 Shivan Reef, 3 Spire Buff Canal, and 4 Blackcleave Cliffs. So you can see we have 4 of each of the fast lands in the Grixis color. We have 3 of each of the pink lands in blue-black and blue-red. We don't need black-red because we don't really have that many red spells anyways. And we have 2 islands to help us cast our 1-pip blue spells. And that also means we only have 2 basic lands in the deck, and we might get basic checked. But that's fine, right? So a lot of times you don't want to have middle lane basic lands in your deck in fear of getting basic checked. But for a deck like this, if our opponent's wasting 3 mana, for Field of Ruin, or 4 mana for that Hellkite to try to basic check us, that's time they're not spending answering our board, and we're going to aggro them down. So that's completely fine with us, and this deck is insanely fast. Now all we need to do is make sure that all the lands is able to cast our blue and black spells mostly, but when we are going to turn 3, we want to have at least 1 red mana to help us cast the Cori-Steel Cutter, along with 1 of the blue or black spells. So that's why we have all these fast lands to help us achieve exactly that. A pretty strong deck. It looks like the combo is very synergistic, but let's go into the game and see how it will actually do. Alright, our opponent is Greg and... Yes, and... Opponent goes first. I mean... It's an okay hand. Not sick, but... okay. Well, we'll start with the talents. Let's get talented. Let's see where we can go with this talent. The blue-white. So they got some stuff going on. They're just gonna get lost our talent. Cool. Okay? Is that... what? Okay. I mean, I'm kind of just flabbergasted, so I don't know what to do here. But I'm gonna Sleight of Hand. Put that in my hand. That seems pretty good. And then we will... do we even Nightmare them? I think so. Extra damage is always good, right? Scar card. Oh, it's a Jeskai Ascendancy deck. That's gonna be a real problem for a few turns. I know where to run doesn't do anything. We're gonna have to ninjutsu it. Assuming they don't just kill our 1/1. Which they could. They didn't do it.
Watch closely.
That's surreal.
I love a dramatic entrance. I've got you beat 6 different ways.
It's a lot of card draws that doesn't do anything. So, not Cori-Steel. None of these are Cori-Steels. We put the Cori-Steel in our deck for a reason. But, hey, you know, not gonna always draw the cards you put in your deck for. They get lost real quick. They probably have another get lost, right? That's kind of the reason why they get lost that quickly. Oh, they double helix? No. Okay. Sure. They're just trying to gain a life. Which is fine. I need to draw some not useless cards.
Information is its own weapon.
Put a talent out. And we'll just pass turn. We can also bounce Kaito if you try to kill it. We got a discount. Beza. I got 1 creature, so it doesn't do anything. Yeah, none of these do anything, so I think I'm okay. They draw a card and gain some life. Then we're gonna play a land. Pretty annoying. Okay. Drown your Beza. Oh, come on. How about I draw some cards here? Huh? Huh? I do think I need to draw cards for this deck to work. Maybe we will Sleight. I don't want another land, so I guess I'll put another Kaito in my hand. And then we will... I don't even know where to run. I don't think so. There are 9. I think we shuffle. Well, let's draw a card first.
Now I know your weakness.
Hey, these are a lot of deck cards. I don't want to play 2 nowhere to run just to kill the Beza. So let's do it this way. This way I get an untapped land. That way I can do this. Go away, please. I don't want to see you again. They're gonna get to Ascendancy soon. which is kind of sad. I couldn't like tempo them out. Ascendancy is the whole mana. Temporary lockdown on. We're gonna take our Hopeless Nightmare. So you can lock down the Otter. Alright, we're gonna discard a card. They can't have Ascendancy on land, so you gotta discard one of those two cards. They discard this town. Now we can plus 0. I don't think it matters. Oh, finally.
Information is its own.
Thank you. Actually, this doesn't work, right? That's the second spell already. So, we'll start with the attacks. Okay, so now we go to Storm Chaser's Talent. And we'll just play this cliff here. We'll let them do their thing. I actually don't have any more lands. He can LD me, which is fine. I don't really have mana to do anything with. So, do I sack it for stuff? What can I do it for? What can I do it for? We're gonna use it for nothing. You got it. I'm not gonna opt here. Do they have the Ascendancy exactly right now? You need to play a land? So the card needs to be a land and Ascendancy, right? Copy it, add to... Okay, this is regular Chandra. Still a good card, not gonna lie, but we should be able to beat it. They can kill the Kaito and the 1/1. Actually, no, I don't know if we can beat it. Honestly, that's pretty good. We just ping the Kaito and the 1/1 for 3 damage. All right.
Don't worry, I've got an exit strategy.
Yeah, my exit strategy is to not suck. Actually, I'm not sure how this works. Fear. I'll take it. Let's go Fear of Isolation. We'll bounce the Hopeless Nightmare. That's lethal. We got there. Sorry, Greg, and this deck is too OP. And we gotta say the GG. No Ascendancy. Didn't get to 7 mana. Your Chandra was way too greedy. Alright, our opponent is Choco Tricks. Silly wabbits. Tricks are for weasels. Alright, blue mana. Not really blue spells. And opponent goes first. Why am I keeping this? The answer is because I'm an insane person. So do I slight? Probably still should slide here. Black mana. Might need that for nowhere to run. Okay. Because I don't need that for nowhere to run. I'm gonna play anyways. Demo. Oh boy, okay. Are they just a counterspell heavy deck? Is that what's going on here? We do have a 3 steps ahead. His opponent goes first, right? Opulent Palace my ass. More like trick. Oh my god. Getting exactly what you need, huh? They're gonna counter that too? Okay. I guess I have to tempo him. He's getting all the good draws. And no, there goes my potential for tempo. Jesus. How about you chill? And a cut down. Okay, look how good my plays are. Just having a 1-1 scared him off. I'm such a good player. Alright, our opponent is Giordano. Standard Bearer. Oh boy, that's... You only get Standard Bearer if you got no life and play this game every day. We go first. Hopeless Nightmare, Storm Chaser's Talon. Let's go. Hi. I'm gonna chase some talent. Hopeless Nightmare is good, but it's not a pixie deck, right? We don't need it to do its thing. They hold a priority for whatever reason. So do we attack here first? I think we attack first. I don't think they're gonna do anything. They're not gonna block. We're gonna kill this scavenger anyways. Not gonna let them do their scavenger shenanigans. Come on, Cori-Steel. Alright, Challenger. Still shenanigans up in here. So do I want to Nightmare him? No, I can't Nightmare him. I also shouldn't play the land. Oh well. Okay, not that. Okay. Do we Nightmare him first? Ah, we got it. This deck is doing its thing. No steel needed. Alright, our opponent is Kanata, Standard Bearer. You know, this is Kanata from MF Ghosts. That series killed my love for drifting. You go first. Alright, well, we got Hopeless Nightmare and a bunch of card draws. Hello. Maybe. Guess we slide and hope for the best. I mean, not like I have a choice. Okay, take Fable, Passages. We'll Hopeless Nightmare them. And we'll scry and do something. I don't know. Oh boy. Harvester of Misery. They're already harvesting my misery as we speak. Mountain. Why would they search for a mountain? FOMO? Brotherhood's End. Can I draw a land though? I mean, okay, that is a land. I do want that land, so let's have that going. No. What? How about the worst taps you can have? And now, FOMO's gonna hit me twice. No. He actually didn't get the double attack. Interesting, why didn't do it? Let's see if he kills the fear. I was wondering why I couldn't do it. Ninjutsu?
Your tech is way out of the shadows and into the fray.
Let's stun this FOMO. I don't want to get hit.
Control the fight. Control the outcome.
Here comes the reanimation. I guess he can bring back a Harvester, which isn't gonna do much, right? He doesn't have something that's threatening yet for the reanimation. But I also don't have anything at all. He is gonna get a Harvester. That doesn't do anything. So I can just discount the Harvester in this. Card. Scar's the Atraxa. Oh boy. Alright, I guess he's zombifying the Atraxa. Can I draw a card to stop that?
My eyes are as sharp as my
Does not
sword.
seem like it. Dear God. I am so scared right now. Do I care about any of these? I do on both cards, but I don't really care about having them right now. Can I cheat out a lethal from the Atraxa? Hardcast Harvester Misery. Yeah, I don't think I need another fear than in this case. Cori-Steel. Cori-Steel is interesting. Okay, I also have a Floodpits Drowner, which I can use on the Harvester. Tap that down. This will make it... Yeah, let's do this. Pump all my ninjas. Bring down to 2.
I just hate it.
Hopeless Nightmare will be able to kill him. All I need to do is Fear of Isolation to Hopeless Nightmare, so it does not matter anymore. GG. Well, we got a win without... with the Cori-Steel, I should say. That's rare. Alright, our opponent is... Torrent Freak. Okay. You said it, not me. Also another Standard Bearer. And our opponent goes first. Oh boy, this is everything can go wrong kind of game, huh? So we'll start with this. But we're not going to play the Sleight of Hand. I'll play down turn 3 if we need to. They're going to Slick Shot us. They're going to Cori-Steel. Yep. Slick Shot. I probably should have killed a Slick Shot. Got a little too excited there. This is not a spell, right? That's the tricky part. I don't think I can lethal him faster than he lethal me. Opponent goes first, so... I mean, that's prowess, so I don't think it matters. Yep. They have another burn spell, too? Jesus. Alright, you got it. GG. Alright, our opponent is Ho Ho Ho. Another Standard Bear. It's just all Standard Bear today. Is that what's going on? Everybody's burying the Standard. We go first with Nightmare, so I'm going to keep that. That seems pretty good. We'll say hi. And we're going to Nightmare them. Look at us. We're so scary. Ooh. I need a mulligan. Oh, that was a fast game. Nightmare, quit. Yeah, this is standard for you. It's turning into the old brawl. Come on, Magic. WotC, fix this kind of problem, right? This is not, nobody's having fun doing this. Alright, our opponent is Farl Marks. I mean, you almost got there, but why is it Marks? Should be like Farl Valarks. Anyways, I go first. I got a 1-lander. It's blue, I can't even play this Nightmares. I guess we have mulligan. It was a good hand too. Well, let's go with this. Put away to this town? Probably put away to this town, right? I guess so. This town's a good card. Maybe I put away to Fear. Yeah, I'll put away to Fear. You know what? I changed my mind and I'm greedy. Storm Chaser's Talent. Let's see what they're doing. They're doing the same thing. Alright. Do we Sleight of Hands here? I think so. Maybe I have a tap land or something. Oh boy, okay. They're just gonna plot. The reason why I didn't just hold up at this town is if they plot, I lose my whole thing. Piggy bank? Piggy bank? Oh, what's going on? I say hey. What's going on? Do I play this in this town? You get a treasure, right? I mean, I can Kaito if I just attack, so it's not really a point to this. Prowess. Attack. Now we're getting somewhere. You're gonna piggy bank again? Oh, they don't have a land. Perfect. I guess I could just attack and Kaito. I don't want to give him a treasure, right? This is activated, so I think it's fine. He blocks one.
I've always got to do. The housewarming party has arrived.
Here's another one. And I'm just gonna tap this down. No treasure for you.
I've got them pinned. Press the attack.
Yeah. Huh. I was not expecting that at all. What does this do? Sacrifice it in the turn? Okay, so he's gonna get them treasures. That's his plan. That's no fun for me. Do an attack and try to draw cards and go from there.
Aha. Now I know your weakness.
Get out the Cori-Steel. And I kind of just hold it. Maybe he does it again. He's got a treasure, that's 4 mana, it's something. Deal 2 damage. Okay. We'll know where that furnace. Goodbye, furnace. Alright, let's slight. What can we get here? An opt? That seems fine. We will opt. A hopeless nightmare, we'll take it. Alright, so this is 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Discard a card. I wonder if he's got a bounce spell or something.
Never.
That's a GG. Good game. Alright, our opponent is Gara T, 33. That's a cool name. But we get to go first. We get a Sleight of Hands, 2 Nowhere to Run, which could be good, and a Cori-Steel. I mean, I will keep this hand, but it's a little bit tricky to play. Alright. Do I Sleight of Hand here to keep a 1-drop? Just to play something on turn 1? I don't know if I need to do that. Alright, because they're going to aggro us. Or not. It's fine with me. They're going to opt? Okay, so they're playing the same deck. I wonder what they're going to play. Sleight of Hands. That's their first spell. What is this? Unending Whisper? Wow. He's digging on the bottom of the barrel here. Okay. Cori-Steel Cutter. Storm Chaser's down. Take that action. We get that 1/1. I actually draw them a very good card because I was just on a Sleight of Hand, but this is even better. Now I can kill whatever creature they may have, if they have a creature at all. And that Sleight of Hand, it's even more creatures on board. And more prowess. And if they got nothing, which is Kaito. Oh, he's gonna torch. Okie dokie. Wow. What does this do? Costs X less, where X is the number of cards in your graveyard. So it's a 4/5. Oh, that's kind of tricky, huh? I can know where to run it, but where will that get us? Needed to be done. Needed to be done. Alright, it's not a bad card to get. Even though it's not a land. You take 5. Alright, we're about to take 4 here. So nothing. Stock up. Wow, that's risky. I don't think they're gonna attack, right? Okay, Tolarian Terror. They're probably gonna attack now. But the Terror is no match for this. Because I drown it. That's also interesting. I don't need to put out the Kaito, so nice music. That's blue. Yeah, I guess I can drown it. Take action. Oh boy, okay. Well, do I want this Storm Chaser's talent? Can't really play it. But then that would be a very good card next turn. Honestly, next turn I'll probably just hardcast Kaito. Get another Drowner. I might now hardcast Kaito. He's at 7. He's not gonna get far. Unless he has a board wipe here. Not expecting this deck. This deck came out of nowhere. Oh, okay. He's not going to play anything. If I just know where to run the Hearth Elemental, what would he do? He's got 5 mana. I feel like he wants to do something. What if I just Kaito here? Then he countered it and I don't have anything else, so I don't want to do that. Let's put a Floodpits Drowner out. He has to interact with that. He doesn't. Do I have an instant speed board wipe here? That I'm not expecting? Burst Lightning on the 1-1, okay. Not on the 2-2. This is what we call a buttload of damage. Still goes down to 1. Would that be enough? A stock up at this time? In this economy? I mean, our opponent can try. Can definitely try. Another Tolarian Terror. And a Hearth Elemental. That still allows me to get 1 creature through. And I can just Kaito them. Prowess. He's got 1 mana. That 1 mana is not going to do it.
I've seen scarier things in a bowl of noodles.
I tapped out 1 of his creatures.
You're not going anywhere.
And 4 creatures attack. He's got 2 blockers and perhaps 1 removal. 1 red mana. He's got 1 removal. But then the last creature gets through. GG. Yeah, we got there. This is a fun deck. I'm going to have to try this deck. But my deck's better. Welcome back, everyone. Now that you saw all those cutting games, how does this deck feel? It's like I said, they made this deck, they made Cori-Steel Cutter and Kaito Bane of Nightmares better by working together. This deck is insane. We're able to handle fast decks, we're able to handle slow decks, we're able to handle control decks, we're able to handle mid-range decks. It does not matter because the Cori-Steel Cutter is faster than almost any deck out there. And we got removal in our own package in Nowhere to Run, and a lot of bounces on the Nowhere to Run, along with this town being big enough. So if our opponent's trying to aggro us, we can stop them from trying to aggro us down. But we can aggro them down because we have our own Cori-Steel Cutters, and we have, you know, a bunch of 1-drops to back that up, along with the prowess trigger on the Storm Chaser talent tokens. We can get a lot of damage in. And if they're control and we cannot aggro them down fast enough, they got temporary lockdowns and they got a lot of disruptions and creature kills in the early game, that's still fine with us because as long as we're able to hit them with a Floodpits Drowner or hit them with one of these prowess tokens, right? We can ninjutsu in our Kaito, and then our Kaito's hitting for 3 damage a turn as soon as he comes in. But it could be more, right? If they're control and we're not really doing anything else, we can just emblem Kaito more and more and more, pump our ninjas, and all of a sudden our Kaito's doing 5-6 damage sometimes. So this is an insane package. This deck is so aggressive and so strong. And, you know, I'm not going to say this ban-worthy. I'm pretty sure that there are a lot of decks out there that not one deck is going to come out ultimately on top in every matchup, in every game. But this definitely can give a good contention on one of the top tier decks in the current metagame. It's very strong. The only downside is the color, the mana base, and right now, I feel like the mana base is fine. I'm pretty sure that Arena Shuffler is cheating for us a little bit because we didn't really get mana screwed in any of the games. We didn't get color screwed in any of the games. And, you know, all the dual lands in the deck is helping us color fix as much as we need to. And it's so strong. We're just gonna cut them through all the way with this Cori-Steel Cutter, getting through all those monks. That's kind of the idea. And that's all I got for you today. Thank you very much for joining me, and I will see you guys next time.